Hey guys, Matt Money here, and welcome back to another edition of Plastic Instruments Monthly. Before we begin, I'd like to take this time to go over a couple things regarding this series, the new channel, and our plans going forwards. If you aren't already aware, there's been a change in leadership regarding Plastic Instruments Monthly. I now head the team, along with the affiliated Discord server, Plastic Instruments Central. Following a rebrand of the server, I decided to make this new channel to serve as a hub for community-oriented content from me, the PIM team, and others going forwards. One announcement I'm happy to bring to you is that of our new release schedule for Plastic Instruments Monthly. Starting in 2024, we're aiming for the 15th of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern. The lack of a consistent schedule for PIM is partly responsible for the slightly odd nature of this video in general. Speaking of which, as I'm sure you've gathered from the title, we will be covering both the months of October and November today, so strap in for the long haul. We've got a lot to cover. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off our run for October is Thinger Thing, because of course it is. She released 3 song remakes: I Wanna Be the Archwick, Toads of the Apocalypse, and After We Forget. Each of these significantly reimagined the originals, putting on a fresh coat of paint to really bring them to their fullest potential. Moving on to another re-release, we have South Centralium's Doors of Insanity. This song was featured on a previous PIM, but it's back again with full difficulty this time around. South also released Vehement, a remix of their first ever CH custom. Moving on, we have Sleepy Hell by Sleepy Newt, which, while initially releasing all the way back in March, finally had a proper chart preview in October. Keeping with Sleepy Newt for a moment, but shifting focus, we have an all-new song in the form of It Did Not Entertain, a self-described failed sequel to their previous song My Amusement that I still think sounds great nonetheless. For some other familiar names, we've got Ode to Chaos CH by Slide Whistle, Get Daved X by Moldy GH, and Celestial Groove Uber Solo by Court. And for some new names, we have Complication by The Violet Wild. Moving on to our last 3 individual song releases for October, we have Kalaho, Chaotrope, and Jackal Ruin. No Wither is a drum-focused custom, combining the trippy sound design typical of Kalaho's composition with a fast breakcore influence. Ashen Rhapsody is everything you'd expect of Chaotrope: crunchy riffs, epic harmonies, and soaring lead lines. He really delivered on this one, to make sure you're adequately prepared for the 9.5-minute runtime should you choose to play. And finally, Firecore 1 Shadowburn. Experience the beginning of the Firecore story as the fire god Vulcan makes and breaks a promise that nearly destroys the world, with far-reaching consequences. Wrapping up October with multi-releases, we've got a few to go through here. First is Succulus 3 by Zami, a collection of, quote, super mega hard customs with no FD. Second is Drunken 3 with its original, playable, and FCable versions. At an impressive 26,000 notes in 10 minutes and 25 guest artists, this one's a collab for the record books. Finally, for October's multi-releases is Hunter in the Sky, an EP by yours truly. Much like with Firecore, this EP is here to deliver the beginning of the Machines Ballad story, with reimaginings of the first 2 entries and a brand new prequel entry in the form of Machines Ballad 0, Transmutation. And speaking of Machines Ballad,
Sings the Neo, Ryan. You know you can't win against a god!
I'm happy to announce a brand new sequel entry with Machines Ballad 5, Divinity. After the events of Machines Ballad 4, Orion opens up his world to the endless expanse of the multiverse. With it comes many great things, but will he be ready to face off against an old foe once more? Moving on to November's customs now, let's start off with a lightning round. Here's every artist that released one song. There's Brainpick by Kalaho, Celtic Wisdom 3 by 3, Ouroboros by Banana Freestyle featuring Black Pawn 3 and Nari, Out of Control by Sucky, Machiavellianism 2023 by Mirage Luna, Chaos is Hell 3 by Chaos CH, Overpower 2 by Goritz featuring Quartermatch 437, Smells Like Sulfur by Slide Whistle, Halls of Science 4 VGH by Jarvis, and finally, Synth Battle vs. Matt Money by, well, I'm sure you guys can figure that one out. Moving on to artists who released more than one song this November is Thinger again. She released 2 things this last November with 115 VGH and Rupture 2023. Rupture 2023 in particular, along with most of Thinger's releases from October, are part of the ongoing Thinger Thing Restoration Project, an effort to update most, if not all, of their old songs to bring them up to modern standards. South Centralium released 3 things: Celestial Frenzy, South's Minute of Madness, and Gangnam Style VGH. All of these offer a fun, old-school GH3 vibe, with Celestial Frenzy in particular potentially being the only GH3 custom of 2023. Pretty neat. And finally, let's talk set lists. ACJ Gaming released Instrumental 2, which features 66 total charts, 2 full albums, 8 medleys, and a whole lot of heaviness to be found within. Like it more weird? Then there's the No Wave Song Pack by Hi-Fine, featuring 22 charts with music compiled from the 70s and 80s New York underground scene. This pack's definitely an oddball out in all the best ways. And finally, from Vena CH, the Venavault. If you like overcharts, this is the perfect pack for you. Featuring a fairly wide difficulty spread across various skill sets, there's a fair bit to sink your teeth into here. Over 30 releases this time around, if I counted right. Customs, EPs, setlists, overcharts, unknown music. God damn, you all certainly didn't fail to deliver over these last 2 months. Links to all downloads are available in the description. This is Matt Money, signing off.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Plastic Instruments Monthly. I'm Gingy, and I'll be sharing this month's Clone Hero achievements, and boy, what a month we have this time. Quickly before we start, we did miss Bo CH's 3-part Tech FC of Panger last month. Awesome work there. I really hope to see Panger die again. Now on to the achievements of October. Gorilla went on a strumming tear this month, FCing a 3-legged workhorse, which Quickshot also got, the Mighty Rio Grande, Leatherwings 110, Via de Refugio, and Passing of the Golden Skies Plus 105. Absolutely incredible strumming work. Speaking of strumming, Alex got the second ever FC of Solo Over Robot A pulse strummed. If I had a nickel for every time Soraya was pulse strummed, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's still really weird that it happened twice. Tenon did a couple fun things this month, getting a Shaiwi's VIP 2-part Tech FC, as well as an awesome Archwix Hell -3. Ian followed that up pretty quickly, getting the Shaiwi's VIP first ever FC. Awesome work, y'all. Jerry Doe CH went on a rampage and got Monster Trill 125, Monster Trill 2, and Trills for Eternity Ruthless Edition, all incredibly impressive FCs. Of course, we have our usual Half Juice stuff happening. Quacky proving they're still not done with Half Juice Hell, getting Full Juice Hell, which is just Half Juice Hell but with all the pattern stubble. Bugs also got Half Juice Hell at 210% speed, which is just ridiculous. Amazing work, both of you. Half Jew himself did get a notable accomplishment with Silent Night first ever FC, a puzzling gauntlet. Frith went on yet another complete rampage this month, taking down Open Window VGH, a brutal grade 20 and a Shmooey reclaim, filled with crazy tapping, transitions, and chording, Origins Caligain, a technical gauntlet that doesn't give you any room to breathe through the drops, also a grade 20, and Marathon at 125% speed, a grade 19 endurance challenge with some of the most technical methoding we've ever seen. Absolutely astonishing work, Frith. Alright, let's see what else. Zappy CH got Closer Underchart at 125, which is a Quentin nightmare. Crazy got an FC of TTFAF on 6th fret, which is, well, crazy. I mean, 6th fret alone just boggles me. William CH got Purification, the Jarvis classic, and a tech of Too Long by Daft Punk and charted by Venom Wave. Amber Sky got What Enough Effort Sounds Like and Would Never Stop You B6 underchart, finally. Elusive got When We Were Young by The Killers at 350, and Bark at the Moon 185, some of the most wild speed-ups I've ever seen. And Nick Dude got a Bare Necessities FC, which is just a super awesome glitter chart. The man himself, Asai, finally took down a monster overchart crystallized by Camellia, one of the weirdest technical charts we've ever seen, featuring some disgusting patterns. A large damn fucking bitch to you, good sir. Camp Funk got the second ever FC of Would Never Stop You, which is just insane. It's a grade 18 Shmooey chart that is just a tap-in gauntlet. Insane job there, Funk. Now it's time for montages. This month we have Guitar Hero World Tour compilation from Brad Masta, Clip Dump 8 from Mechon, Flanks Taj from Flanks, Caps Clips 8 from Captain Mario, Mini Taj 15 from Quick, 3 cool tapping section FCs from Red, and Mini Taj 25 from William CH. And it looks like that's my segment done for Plastic Instruments Monthly. I'll be passing it off to Steph for the console segment. See y'all next time.
Hello everyone, Steven here to talk about the console scene for this month in October. Starting off, let's talk about a first ever on Rock Band 1, with Zay FCing Waking the Demon on NTSC. This song has 2 incredibly difficult strumming bursts that are 12 notes per second, which is 2 NPS under the strum limit. Extremely great work, Zay. Congrats on the first ever. The second FC in Rock Band 1 is a Thrasher Bass FC, also done by Zay. This is actually second ever on Rock Band 1, and it's incredibly awesome to see this done again. Amazing stuff here. And speaking of PAL, did you know that 456 Productions FC Trogdor on Guitar Hero 2? I always love seeing this song get FC'd, because it requires very specific circumstances just to FC this song. Amazing stuff here. And 456 Productions also got a Drums Homecoming FC on Green Day Rock Band. This FC has only been done a handful of times, and it's cool to see done in this game. Amazing work here. Let's talk about scores, shall we? Let's start off with Chris Body squeezing on drums. Chris Body got first place overall on Rock Band 2 drums, which is incredible seeing a first place on a game so old, and on an instrument that's not guitar. Chris also started squeezing on LEGO Rock Band as well. Pretty interesting stuff. This next first place is a very interesting one, because this first place was beaten by 8 points by the player known as Cyan Crayon GH. The accomplishment in question is Eruption on Van Halen, which has 2 very difficult squeezes. And originally, I thought Kyle Ruth's score was optimal, but apparently not. Amazing work by beating a Kyle Ruth score, even if it was just by 8 points. It's still massively impressive. Great job, Cyan. Next up, we turn to the completionist category. First off, let's start off with Alec. Alec got a full game FC of all the World Tour DLC, which is over 100 songs. Pretty lengthy full game FC right there. And a lot of the songs are very hard too. Next up, we turn to a JD Smitty full game FC of Metallica, Van Halen, and World Tour. This man is breezing through the full series FC. Good luck on the rest of the series. And speaking of Van Halen, did you know a Clone Hero player got an I'm the One FC? Yes. The player known as Radial FC'd I'm the One on Guitar Hero Van Halen. This person is another great contender for getting a full series FC. Best of luck to both of you. Next up, we turn to Hockey Pro on drums. Hockey Pro FC'd 2112 by Rush on Expert Drums on the engine Rock Band 4, which is a pretty sick FC considering how hard Rush is on drums. Amazing stuff here. And last up, we turn to my accomplishments, where I FC'd I Won't See You Tonight Part 2, the ISH2 chart, Chiasm 2D Buffed, the original chart, made by Zero, and Patterns 2-, all on Rock Band 3. Very happy with these accomplishments.
Hello everyone, the editor here. Just wanted to jump in and say Infrareign also FC'd I'm the One on PS2 this month. This now only leaves 3 un-FC'd songs in the series on PS2.
And that concludes it for the console scene this month. I've been your host, Steven. Thank you so much for watching.
Hey y'all, welcome to the November CH Accomplishments section of Plastic Instruments Monthly. Y'all know me, so let's get right into it. Opening today, we have Amber Sky with her second ever Tech FC of Constellation The Nightmare itself. Y'all probably know already about Constellation moderately well, but this features some of the most difficult technical sections on Clone Hero, including Chained B, which had the 6th ever unique FC. Amber Sky got another 2 pretty cool achievements this month with the Tapping Gauntlet of Upward Eruption and the Chord Fest of Lean's World Hard. Awesome job, Amber. Moving on to somehow even more crazy shit, both Lazy Pink and Jerido got Tech FCs of Sola 6 with some of the wildest sections to look at. Amazing work, both of you. Lean did some wild shit, featuring a Drunky 3 Tech FC, a rechart of Drunken 3. Having brutal tapping, it is just a wild accomplishment. He also got possibly the most painful choke ever, choking Lean's World, the chord sliding fuckfest, on literally the final pattern, Sag. Good luck on the FC. Elusive did some more techie shit as usual, getting Los Angeles 250 and Epidox Tech, Unwritten Overchart ++ 110 featuring 29 notes per second strums, the Silver Bells 110 Tech, and Light Switch, the Glitter Hero chart. All quite neat FCs, keep the train coming, Elusive. Onto some strummy stuff. Crazy got the Circle FC, Gorilla got an FC of Rolling in the Strum, Demand got an FC of Knights of Sidonia 130. Remix got somehow both Miasma 125 and Do Love It Meg, which is fucking insane. And Sableye got Schloss 125. All absolutely crazy strumming achievements. I have no idea how y'all do it. Of course, some more half-Jew shenanigans happened, like the first ever FC of Puzzle Hero, the song on the set list. It's a 3-minute chart filled with some very strange tapping patterns. And Quacky got the first ever tech of Chordulation Ode to Half-Jew, with just weird stuff. It's quite short, but it's insane. Alright, let's see here. St. August got an FC of the hard chart of Prevail, which is pretty cool. St. August also got an I'm Not Okay Note Shuffle FC, which is wild to me. Bronto got a Tech FC of HL Hard. I love to see more people playing this chart. Hodor got a 10-part Tech FC of Finorza with some of the most technical gameplay we've ever seen. Tenno got Prevail 110. Holy damn fucking bitch. DXCH got a Tech of Megalodon Hard at 120 FPS. I can't understand that. Frick got a 2-part Tech FC of Xtopia and a Stutter Step first ever. That was quick. And Giovanni got Patterns on the Planet Express.
Hi everyone, the editor here. I just wanted to add in that Random Days FC'd Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, which is about as difficult of a chart as the name is to pronounce. From tier 98 of CTH3, it's filled with tap chords and requires some pretty insane methods to pull off. I'd highly recommend checking this one out.
Now, it's time for the montages. We have the GH2 Minitage 2 from Red, with some crazy tapping on an engine that does not like tapping. Gintage 3 from myself, featuring full wah-wah and a sneaky HL Hard re-FC. Minitage Sessions 3 from Matt JJ. Lazy released LazyTaj 2023, which has some insane tapping speed sections, including an infinite ammo VGH Uber overchart tech. A bad account dropped Minitage 21, with some of the cleanest No-Ghost gameplay to date. Stellaro came back to Clone Hero with Minitage 8, awesome to see. Cybermoth dropped Minitage 12, and Dark Crusher dropped Darktage 2, which is awesome. One more thing I want to mention, the Quick Chord community, now the CTFC Chord, finally finished their mega project of the Big Solo Medley Community Tech FC, an hour-long tech featuring an ungodly amount of clips and players and some difficult sections. Anyway, that wraps up my segment of Plastic Instruments Monthly. I'll be passing it off to Steph for the console news as usual. Thanks, y'all.
Hello, Steven here to talk about the console scene for this month in November. Starting off, we have a Highway to Oblivion FC done by Ace Zero. This is second ever on Rock Band 4, and it's an extremely difficult chart on a very annoying engine. Amazing work here, Ace. Best of luck on the last 4 on the top 100. Next up, we turn to Run to the Hills Full Band FC on Rock Band 1. This is the second time this has been done, and now it has an HD recording. Amazing stuff here, guys. And speaking of Rock Band 1, let's turn to Chris Body, who's been pushing score limits on drums for the past 3 months. Chris ended up getting optimal on Thrasher, Won't Get Fooled Again, Dead on Arrival, which is first ever, and This Calling. Amazing stuff here, Chris. A lot of those drum charts are not easy to pull off. And to also squeeze on, disgusting. Great stuff here, dude. Next up, we turn to 3 Trogdor FCs, done on Guitar Hero 2. All 3 FCs were done by 3 players, Dinozord 5000, Chance of 1 344, and Zuppy. Amazing work here, guys. Congrats on taking the hardest song down on Guitar Hero 2. The full game FC is basically yours. And speaking of Chance of 1 344, he also got an optimal score on the Pretender on Guitar Hero 3, which has some pretty difficult squeezes to pull off. This optimal score has only been performed a handful of times. Amazing stuff here, dude. Next up, let's talk about King D 1994, where he FC'd Satch Boogie and Ballroom Blitz, 2 extremely hard on-disc songs from the series. Amazing stuff here, dude. I know you'll be able to take down the rest of the series. And last but not least, we turn to my favorite game, Guitar Hero 1. Just like Trogdor getting FC'd multiple times, 2 players actually took down some of the hardest Guitar Hero 1 songs in the same month. So starting off, both JD Smitty 325 and Zuppy took down Texas Flood, Fire It Up, and Decontrol. Really cool stuff here. Amazing work here, guys. And the final thing on the list is actually a Guitar Hero 1 mod. So JNAC actually figured out how to get Guitar Hero 1 Hopos to work, and it's pretty uncanny if you've ever played the engine. Needless to say, Guitar Hero 1 videos now need video proof. Amazing modding work, JNAC. You do some pretty crazy stuff with this game. And that concludes it for the console scene for November. I've been your host, Steven. Thank you so much for watching.